welcome back to the Tarot Cottage. My name is Amy. I'm back today with a pick a card reading for you. A big welcome to my beautiful returning subscribers. I wanted to take a moment here to acknowledge you and to say thank you for your beautiful friendship. Thank you for your nice comments towards me and towards each other, especially in the comment section as well. I tried to get through all of the comments. I tried to respond to as many as I can, but I just want you to know that I see you and I really appreciate your presence here on this channel. I would also like to take a moment to address some of the spam content in my comment section as well, because there are people who will come in and pose at the Tarot Cottage to try to confuse you, to try to get you to send them your information. So be sure to protect yourselves. I would never ask you to contact me through any other form of communication than through the channels below my comment section or below all of my videos. You'll see links for Etsy, you'll see links for Instagram. You can contact me through those channels, but I will never ask you via the comment section to contact me in any way unless you have been chosen the winner of the free tarot reading, in which case I will ask you to contact me through one of the links below. So be sure to protect yourself, because I would hate to see anybody taken advantage of. If you have found yourself here for the very first time, we want to welcome you to this space. Please join us. We would love to have you as a part of our beautiful soul family here today. We have great members here with a lot of wonderful advice, a lot of support. So please pull up a chair, get cozy, and we're going to have a little chat because we're all friends when we gather at this table. For today's pick a card reading, we're looking at the soulmate that will end up spending your life with you. Who is this person? When are they showing up? And how are you going to meet them? We do have 3 piles to choose from today. The Wheel of Fortune with the red flower, the Lovers with the blue flower, and the Sun with the purple flower. So whichever pile or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting today. And today we're talking all about your soulmate. Now, I do believe in multiple souls that come in to help us as part of our soul family, but we're talking about the one person that's going to help you evolve the most as a spiritual being, the person that you will grow with, that you'll spend your life with. Who is this person? How are you going to meet them? And we'll try to get a timeline of when this person is going to show up in your life, or perhaps you've already met them. So we're going to get a look into that. So whichever pile or piles you're calling or piles are calling out to you, there may be a message waiting below. I'm going to jump right into pile number 1. Again, messages today from your guides about who your soulmate is, how will you meet them, and a timeline of when. Hello, pile number 1. You are drawn to the red flower. And you are drawn to the Wheel of Fortune, and this is your reading. Who is your soulmate? How are you going to meet them? How will you recognize them? And when are they going to show up for you? The Wheel of Fortune is all about connection. It's all about sort of perfect timing. You can see there's this big crank in the center of your wheel because we actually turn our wheel in our favor. So when we talk about sort of a turn of events that are coming in for us, we have created the momentum through some sort of action, thoughts, intentions to get that into motion. And half the time we're not even aware of that. So this is talking about this eventual meeting that is sort of destined to be because we have designed it that way. It's also talking about the deep-seated connection you're going to feel with this person, perhaps right off the bat. And there's a certain amount of loyalty because, Spirit, I was just looking at that dog. I feel like there's been a long soul contract here between the two of you. So let's take a look here. Who is pile 1's soulmate, please? Who is this person? What can you tell me about them? How are they going to meet? And we'll try to get a timeline of when as well. Now, I am dealing with collective energy, so please take the messages as they resonate here with you today and leave behind those that do not feel right to you. Who is pile 1's soulmate, please? We have the King of Swords, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Very strong emphasis on Libra, though. You have the 8 of Potential. This person is a very intelligent person. They're a really hard worker, and it feels like they're the type of person that could be working like with their hands, or like a very good, like it's like they work like a practical job, but they're really intelligent. So much so that it's almost like they're working a long game. They're working really hard so that they can build something of their own. Because this person, Spirit just says they're filled with potential. They're filled with potential. We have the High Priestess. This person is also the type of person that's kind of shy. They're not a boisterous type of person. They're more of an observer. I wouldn't even say that they're really, I feel like they have a lot of opinions, but they don't share those opinions very readily. We have the Knight of Wands with the Strength. They don't share these opinions very readily. It's like they observe the energy. There's really strong Leo energy here. And we have the King of Pentacles. Back of the deck is the Page of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And in this case, you can see the rabbit's wearing a hat. In this case, the rabbit is, their ears are tethered. And what I'm really feeling from this person is that they have goals in their life, but they have a lack of confidence when attacking those goals. It's not that they aren't smart enough. It's not that they're not capable enough, because they 100% are, but they lack the confidence. And that could be where you step in to kind of help balance out that imbalance, because otherwise this person could end up being kind of complacent. They're still going to be the type of person that works really, really hard because they value stability. And it could be because they didn't experience that in the past. This person values the family unit. You know, they value tradition. And so this is the type of person that does hold on to those traditional, it's almost like gender roles too. Like they hold on to the traditional gender roles and what is expected amidst those gender roles. Again, this is tapping into some insecurity or some old timelines that they have adapted to. And you may come in to kind of adjust some of that complacent attitude or some of that complacent thinking, because it's like this person has their opinions formed, but not entirely. It's like they think that they do. And they're intelligent enough to look at things from different angles. They're not the type of person to stick their head in the sand and believe one thing and never ever deviate from that. But there's a process here, and I feel like you're a huge part of that process. It's like there's a reason why the two of you balance each other out so much, and there's a reason why these soulmate contracts require evolution, and why that's the purpose of them, is to help us to become the highest version of ourselves individually by working together. So it's a beautiful thing. But this person works super, super hard. And I feel like they have dreams of owning their own business or owning something of their own. And I feel like that's where you come in, because you may be the one that encourages them to step outside of their comfort zone and to tap into strength or resources or intuition that they know to be true about themselves. We have the Five of Cups. For someone watching, you may actually have met this person in a work realm, because I'm getting a message about them sleeping upon the opportunity at first, so they don't take action upon you right away. There could be a work connection here for someone, not for all. We have the High Priestess and the High Priestess. We have the Journey, or I'm sorry, the Journey. We have the Justice and the Two of Wands. Libra energy, very strong with this person, but also really strong fire element. So you could be the Leo, maybe they are the Libra, or there could be having a fire element in their moon sign, because we're tapping into that strength, we're revealing it. There's the Moon, Scorpio energy. Back of the deck is the Queen of Pentacles and the King of Swords. For someone watching, this will be the father of your children. And that, again, it's not for everyone. We're talking about specific gender roles at that moment. Mostly these energies are all about energy, nothing to do with gender. But I do feel like I'm dealing with a masculine individual with this King of Swords, and them valuing that position because they want to have some sort of, they want to be respected in their environment. They want to think that you think that they're a smart person and that they have good advice, and they want your respect. Not because they're a rude person that demands it. They really want it. Like, they value you and they value your respect. What I really love about this is that they offer you a very stable environment. You feel secure. There's fertility here. There's motherhood. She's surrounded by lush energy. She feels very confident and secure in that relationship. And this person will be a steadfast energy for you. I don't feel like they're the type of person to have a wandering eye, for instance. I feel like they're very dedicated to that family unit. I do feel very strongly that where you meet this person could have some roots in an environment that you're not supposed to meet people in. So it could be the work realm, it could be the church, it could be something along those lines, some sort of institution. Because the Justice is speaking about the doorway of where this connection is implanted, where the flirtation is implanted, and this person hides how they truly feel because they're afraid of the consequences of speaking to you or asking you out in that environment. Again, they're afraid of their comfort zone being rattled, but they're also afraid of sort of prying eyes. So I feel like there could be a workplace connection here for someone. We have egg, success assured with good plans and hard work. And I feel like this person is a really good egg. That's what I just heard, because they just showed me that Willy Wonka scene, that they are a really good egg. We have dark woman, dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. And I feel like no matter what avenue this person works in, if they decide to go towards the sort of entrepreneurial realm, they're going to be successful. There's nowhere to go but up for this person because their work ethic is so strong. If they maintain in another work environment where they are they'll adapt to a managerial position, or they'll get higher up in that company. And if they break out on their own, they'll be fine, because even though they have a fear of that, it's like they don't trust in their good hard work. They don't trust in their ability to perform. They would perform. But if they decide not to go down that lane, Spirit says they're still going to do very well, be very comfortable. We have camel, persevere and you will overcome problems. And they're very, very reliable. They're very steadfast. It's like, I just heard they'll give you the shirt off their back. It's like this person would do anything for you. We have bat, take care, enemies are working against you. And we have club, someone trying to make you do something against your will on the back of that deck with the wheel. Indecision, allowing your life to amble aimlessly. Now the club here is about the fear of the unknown. And I feel like this person longs to be independent when it comes to their career, but that's something they have to work towards. This is the type of person that doesn't really share their emotions very readily. They do keep them a little bit close to their chest, and they go off of vibration. So they're really careful about other people's feelings, and they're very aware. It's like this person's a watcher. And I feel like it's because they grew up in an environment that had a lot of lack, or had a narcissistic parent of some kind, just somebody that it's like they learned how to adapt and to watch people so that they knew when to include themselves or when to make a quick exit of some kind. Who is Pile 1's soulmate? How will they meet this person? You have here codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Capricorn energy. We have here past life relationship, you've known each other before. And as I said, the Wheel of Fortune can really speak about that. It's like a timeline returning to us so that we can attack some of the obstacles that we avoided in past lives. We do have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring you romance. And I do think that when this person first meets you, in fact, for someone watching, you may already know this person. You may already know them within the work realm. They're already sort of convincing themselves that you're out of their league, or that it's too hard, or they're not facing the reality of the situation though, because I feel like if they were just to step outside of their comfort zone now, you would walk willingly down that path with this person, because this person doesn't have a lot of optimism when it comes to you saying yes to that first date. But for some, I feel like you may have already met this person. If you haven't met them, Spirit says that it could form in some sort of institution or work environment. But when I say that, I also feel like a banking energy from someone. So one of you could work at the bank. There could just be a connection to one of your positions, because I just got a banker's energy coming through. We have weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. But this person does that. They try to maintain this. They try to maintain your stability. They try to make you feel positive or optimistic all the time. So they do kind of weigh themselves down with worry. We also have here homesick for the stars, longing for home, Hariath. And ultimately, I feel like you're going to feel an instant connection with this person, because it's like this beautiful remembrance of this soul contract that you forged in your true home, because this is your ship, not your home. And so there's an aspect here of longing to create a stable home environment, and the potential is there, you know, and there's so much stability here. This moon energy coming through does talk about this person's, it's like they have a fragile heart, but they're afraid to show it. It's like they're really afraid to speak their truth sometimes, so they do hold back, and they're a little bit complacent in that regard. We do have your life as a canvas, artist, manifestation, and creative accountability. And like I said, I feel like this person has so much potential towards creating something of their own, and you may be the key or the tool to help push them into something that they truly want to do as far as their job. But let's take a look and see if Spirit will give us a timeline as to when you will meet this person. Pile 1 soulmate, please. Ooh, the Page of Wands is already here for someone. And all those foxes down below, I always think of the King of Swords. It's like they're right under your nose, Spirit says. For someone watching, this person's right under your nose right now. It's like perhaps you're already curious about someone. You're already curious about someone. They're right under your nose. But there's conflict. It's like, oh, they're right under your nose. I feel like you might have already met this person, but you don't realize that this is your person. Because it's like we're curious about something, we're curious about this attraction, but we keep having this message floating through our mind about why we should not act. It's like, oh, this could be negative in this way. This could be negative in this way. Maybe there's like some rules concerning dating each other because of the environment that you know each other from. We have the Death, Rebirth, and we have the Emperor with the Empress. Oh my goodness. And there's the Judgment. They're right under your nose. They're already here. For someone watching, the Death energy is here. We have this chance for a rebirth now. And this Phoenix is sitting out on a limb, which means we have to push ourselves out of our comfort zone and sort of combat some of that internal dialogue that keeps telling us don't act, don't act, don't explore. Sometimes we have to break a few rules, Spirit says, because they're right under your nose. They're right here. The rebirth is afforded to us in the present moment. And there's an emphasis here on two high priestesses. So two people who are mutually curious about each other. And you both are kind of, I don't want to say you're playing games with each other, but there's a back and forth energy. It's like we have to reveal something. We have to take this out of the fantasy realm and actually take some sort of action to build that connection. But I feel like they're already in your wheelhouse. They're already in your experience. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 1. What counts can you add about this soulmate energy? Just so the Justice and the Temperance. Spirit doesn't necessarily want you to rush, even though they're saying that, you know, this person could be here now. They just want you to take your time exploring. Here's the Knight of Pentacles. Here's the Empress reversed. And the Eight of Wands. Now, the Empress in the reversal, she's not feeling secure in herself, or she's not feeling secure about taking any sort of action if you already kind of have this inclination about who this person could be. But there's this pressure that's building in the attraction. And there's the Knight of Pentacles. I just feel there's just such a... It's like you have to look beyond this person's immediate appearances if you already know them, because I feel like they're very quiet. They're very shy. They just put their head down and they work. But that doesn't mean it's not hiding a deeper connection or a deeper attraction. So that could be where your insecurity is coming from. But Spirit says not to worry, because just because it looks like the Empress is reversed, the truth is the Empress is upright. They have noticed. They feel the pressure too. We have the Star, and it's the Star of Aquarius with a fairy in it. And that's my charm for someone who's kind of hoping for something beyond my reach, or hoping for something that I don't think exists. And so this could be your person hiding their feelings for you in the present, or you hiding your curiosity about them right now, because you both are kind of on this fence of like, oh, I don't know if it exists. I don't know if this other person feels the same way. But it's like we have to push ourselves out of our comfort zone to get those answers. There's an emphasis on Aquarius. We have the Star of Aquarius here as well. We have the Leaf of Change. We have Pisces energy and Love on a Foundation. And this is like the Hierophant energy. So I feel like there's an institution involved, or someone's workplace involved, where you're going to meet this person. We have the Praying Hands. They could be a church for someone. We also have here the Forget-Me-Not and the World. So much success waiting for us if we just have the courage to take that first leap of faith. All right, pile 1, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates. If it did, please drop that comment below so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. I want to congratulate this week's winner, and I will be drawing another name soon, so be sure to hit your notification bell if you have dropped me a comment this month so that I can get the ball rolling with you. You can also check out my links below for Etsy for a personal reading, or for Instagram. But I hope that you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a great day. Hello, pile number 2. You were drawn to the blue flower, or to the Lover's energy, and this is your reading. Who is your soulmate? Who will you spend your life with, evolving, growing? Where are you going to meet them? And we're going to look at a possible timeline as well today. But the Lovers is Gemini energy, so this could be your energy or their energy, but it's mostly about the connection that you're going to feel. It's like when we connect with our soulmate, it's like we're connecting to source. It's like this divine connection that we're going to feel, and it's going to feel like something different than other connections that we have experienced. It could even take the form of a really strong physical attraction, which ignites the spark. And it also talks about kind of being pulled in different directions as far as really implementing change. It's like sometimes we'll get a spark, and then instinctively, because we can feel the weight of what that opportunity and what it can bring to our life, we will kind of react with a step back. It's like we see the spark and we're like, oh, that's surprising. It makes me feel uncomfortable because it pushes me out of my comfort zone. But let's take a look here and let's see about pile 2, soulmate, please. Who is your soulmate? How are they going to come into your life? We'll try to get a timeline as well. Who is pile 2's soulmate, please? Always remember that I'm dealing with collective energy, so please take the messages as they resonate here with you today. We have the 3 of Swords coming out first. Ooh. We have the Knight of Swords. We also have the Queen of Swords in the reversal, so we're going to put that together. The 3 of Cups. Now, this is a funny message that's coming through, and it's not for everyone, but there's this message coming through about someone who suffers from like resting bitch face, or like, because they're showing me like this aspect about somebody who is intimidated by you, and like initially they're going off of this first impression of like, oh, they're definitely not approachable, they're definitely not interested. I feel like this person coming through has a very quick wit, and they're very intentional with some of their, it's like they try really hard to make you laugh. This is someone who really works hard to make you laugh, and it's like that's what starts out the flirtation phase. I do feel like there could be Gemini or Libra energy with this person, and there's an emphasis on friendship to start out this connection. So this may begin in a friendship, some sort of flirtation, and we're going to try to get a heads up on where that forms. But there's like, they're different from you. This person could be different in culture. They could be different as far as ethnicity or race. And I feel like they're a little bit younger. If you're the divine feminine, I feel like they are younger than you. I feel like they're, and at the very least, they're emotionally less mature than you, because you'll notice that with the humor that they bring forward, because some of it's lowbrow, some of it's like really corny, ridiculous jokes, but this person aims to make you laugh. And this person does like to be the sort of the life of the party in that regard. They don't like lulls in conversation. They like to keep everybody feeling good in groups of people. We have the 5 of Swords. And the reason why they don't like, it's not even altruistic necessarily that they keep the conversations going, or if the truth is that they're kind of they have a lot of energy. It's almost, their spirit's showing me like that squirrel from Ice Age. It's like this person has a lot of energy, and it makes them uncomfortable to stay still, especially around you. Here's the 4 of Wands. Here's the 5 of Wands. And I will say too that this person kind of gets a little bit jealous easily when it comes to you too. Because they're a work in progress. Here's the King of Pentacles there, and there's the 8 of Swords. So they just don't feel secure within themselves when you first meet them. And this is coming from past heartbreak that they have experienced in their relationships. We have the 10 of Cups and we have the 2 of Wands. But what the beautiful aspect of this connection is that when the two of you meet, there is going to be this revelation of like, I want to move through that old timeline. It's like, I'm really wanting connection here. I'm really wanting connection. There's an emphasis on reunions with this person, and not just a reunion of souls, but also sort of gathering and making plans to gather together in some sort of group aspect or some sort of reunion aspect. And there's a planning phase, like a flirtation phase that you can expect with this person that highlights not just the connection, highlights the opportunity, highlights sort of the fears too, because there's a decision that we have to make before we execute change or execute the clarity. So Spirit is talking about an online connection that's coming in for some. Where's that other deck? They're talking about communication that could start off this connection. And they are speaking about sort of Cupid's arrow sort of hitting us out of the blue. Yeah, there's the Page of Cups. I'm feeling a very young energy from this. They're very energetic. They have a lot of young energy surrounding them. We have the Queen of Swords, and you could be the air sign. You could be the Gemini. It's like you overthink things, which is why I feel like you hesitate to sort of move this out of a friendship energy and into something more. But honestly, Spirit's like going to be working on you when it comes to this attraction, because you're going to be consistently flooded with these messages from your higher self encouraging you to just relax and enjoy the process. And I feel like you can't help but find this person really funny, even if you hold back. It's like you can't help but like laugh at everything they say at first. At first, of course. We have the Star energy. And this person tries so hard to impress you because they feel unworthy of you. This Medusa, you know, Medusa turned unworthy men to stone. And so there's this aspect of like them being really intimidated by you a little bit, because they know that you're smarter than them, or they know that you're kind of more mature than they are. And they still, there's this, despite that reality, they still, despite the reality, and they keep saying about despite the reality that you're out of their league, that you're too good for them, and that they keep saying, oh, this is going to blow up in my face if I really surrender to it. And you're saying that too. It's like, this is going to blow up in my face if I keep doing this. But the truth is that you're pushing against your insecurity. You're pushing against this internalized feeling of fear and insecurity, and you're going to be rewarded for it, because there's the Four of Wands. There's so much abundance in the future of this connection too. Just the Ten of Cups overall, it's like all of your goals, if you have goals towards family, that's going to be realized. If you have goals towards emotional abundance, that's going to be realized. And it all starts with one little spark, and it starts with one drink, Spirit says. Just starts with a drink, one cocktail, and it starts the process of a very long-standing connection. What I love, we have the Nine of Wands, and together we have the 4 and the 5, which is the Nine of Wands as well. There's this aspect of friendship starting off the course and having to maintain friendship for a time, which is sort of frustrating for both of you, so to speak. But you're both kind of holding back because of that, this fear of what's going to happen. So it's like we have a hard time committing to the revelation, committing to meeting up. And so there's like this period of time where you're just communicating and you're holding off to see where the spark will go, because it's almost like you want to keep this communication, this flirtation in a beautiful bubble. It's like you enjoy that process so much and it feels safe there that you enjoy that bubble. But ultimately, it's like we're going to be pushed out of we're going to be pushed out of our old timeline. We're going to be kind of feeling the pressure to create change, and we're going to take that leap of faith. Here's the Four of Swords. I feel like there's a mirrored aspect to you and this person coming forward too about mutual heartbreak. Here's the Three of Swords again. Mutual heartbreak. And it's about us choosing to turn our back away from the old timeline and turning it towards someone else, even though there's fear associated with it, because that's what we're being rewarded with, is we're overcoming this and we're being rewarded with this, which is a huge timeline leap. And ultimately, the Nine of Pentacles, you're going to be really glad that you faced your fears and stepped outside of your comfort zone and moved this out of a friendship into a relationship. You're going to be really happy that you did, because there's celebration waiting for you. There's stability. And the Nine of Pentacles is someone who's sitting in an enviable position. And so this Ten of Swords, this is like a huge reality check about what makes us hesitate, or even what spurs or ignites this connection to begin with. The pain cycle or the heartbreak cycle that you both have to go through separately, that is a necessary part of the journey to get us to this lily pad so that we can leap forward. And so the Ten of Swords is us letting go of our old expectations, including the expectations you have when you first meet this person, that it's going to fail or that they're going to disappoint you because you've been disappointed in the past, because the Spirit says you're going to be really happy that you faced your insecurity and opened your heart space up, because I'm feeling a melting of the Queen of Swords here. Who is this person, please? Getting together with friends. It's going to start in a friendship energy. So this reminds me of the Queen of Swords with this dog. She's very stoic, and then here's one panting. So it's like someone who is thirsty for you. But they're saying it's going to start in a friendship, or we're going to agree to keep it in friendship for a time, because we don't want to go out of the frying pan and into the fire, because we're coming straight out of heartbreak for one of you. And there could be an older heartbreak that exists for the other. Yeah, we have a period of ill health and depression that we're coming out of. It's like if I could just be a fly on the wall. It's like I'm not going, and I just got this message about I'm not going to put myself through what I put myself through in the past. I will not put up with garbage. And we have broken ring reverse. It says parting of ways in either romance or business. And it does feel like it's being spearheaded by loss. So this person or you may have gone through a commitment cycle, or may have suffered a really harsh heartbreak recently. And it's like you feel like it's unlikely that anyone could come in and give you happiness. I'm almost getting the sense of someone who lost a loved one. And so it's like there's big shoes to fill from this heartbreak. But that's why Spirit says you're going to be rewarded with more than what you expect. You're going to be rewarded with way more than what you expect. So they're saying a chair filled and a sincere wish will be granted. And every time I see this needle and thread card, I do think about the Bible verse that talks about a rich man. It's more likely for a camel to pass through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get to heaven. We have here hammock, taking a break either physically or mentally on the back of that deck. How can I meet the person, please? We have healing family issues reversed. Your love life will benefit as you forgive your parents, and getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. But we do have masks. Someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship. It was deception in the reversal. And if there are masks that are being worn, and I don't really feel that, I feel like you're very open and honest about your heartbreak or about what you've been through. It's like you have boundaries, you have expectations. But if there are masks that are being worn, it's just an insecurity energy that is coming through. What will your soulmate be like, please? How are you going to meet this person? We have illusion. Avoid the trap of mistaking fantasy for a true connection. And that's the problem, is I feel like this Queen of Swords is being intentionally sort of frugal with her focus. It's like she's intentionally keeping herself at bay. We have love. Love is going to conquer that. Love will conquer all. And so it's like they're spelling it out for us about where this is going to lead us. It says, watch out for signs leading you to true love. And you're going to feel something. You're going to feel an internal sort of stirring, or feel some sort of inclination or impulse with this person that's going to push you out of your comfort zone and help this person push past pain elements as well. So let's get advice about when this person is coming in. I feel like there could be an online aspect to this meeting, and I feel like it's like there's online communication in the very least, and I feel like it's going to start in friendship. Can you tell me how they're going to meet this person and when? Okay, Temperance. Spirit says that you're going to spend a time period with this person, not necessarily committing right away. It's like you guys are going to spending time together, enjoying each other's company, maybe even physically having a relationship, but you're not going to commit right away. And the High Priestess. We have the Three of Swords reversed, but the secret, your High Priestess is coming forward with the secret that this is going to help both of you move on through forgiveness cycles, letting go of both heartbreak and pain. It's like even in her head, she's got a sword through her head. It's like we're going to help pull that sword out. You have the King of Wands. Leo, Aries. And he's almost dressed like a jester. This person has a really good sense of humor. They do like to be on the move. They do like to be sort of the center of attention. They like that. It boosts their ego. We have the Three of Cups and we have the Seven of Cups. This is going to start in friendship, Spirit says. The Seven of Cups is all about options that we're exploring, and it's talking about confusion, that the two of you are going to spend a period of time in a little bit of a confused state. It's like we won't quite be defining our relationship right away, but ultimately this is just a cycle that we're powering through, because we're both powering through insecurity and change, and it's a gateway towards celebration and further commitment down the line as well. Let's see if they will give us, oh, there's 3 of Pentacles. Can you give us a timeline, please, for pile number 1, or pile number 2, I'm sorry, pile number 2, about when they may meet this person. We have the 3 of Swords reversed. This is interesting because for pile 1, there was an aspect of having this person right under your nose. For pile 2, I feel like there could already be a friendship aspect coming on in the present. So you may already be friends with this person. Because it's like their heart space is closed right now. The blinders are on. It's like I'm not seeing what's right in front of my face. Which is interesting because that is the one of the messages from pile 1 as well. We have an emphasis here on Libra, which I love because the king, they start out as the Knight, but they evolve to the King. The universe is really speaking about the world energy and online connections in the present. So for someone watching, this person is already online or already speaking to you online in a friendship sort of capacity. There's a timeline here for others, please. We have the Knight of Wands. And it almost feels like we're in a search in this moment. Spirit says that we don't have really a long time to sort of wait when it comes to momentum or transitions to come. If this person isn't already in your life when it comes to online connections and friendships, you're going to see a transition in the next 10 months. Anywhere between 6 and 10 months, but I feel like it's going to be on the tail end of that where there's going to be more revelation. So even if you are already in a communication cycle with this person or a flirtation sort of friendship, Spirit says you're going to see some sort of transition or movement where you're both defining the connection in around 10 months time. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 2. Advice for pile number 2 concerning this connection that's coming in for their soulmate. The Wheel of Fortune here. We have the Ace of Pentacles, the 5 of Swords, and we have the Temperance reversed. Now the Temperance in the reversal is talking about feeling stuck and feeling stagnated energy in this moment, but it's just a feeling. It's like when we see Temperance, we need to get things back in balance, and it could be contributed by this 3 of Swords. And it's like we don't want to drink the poison that leads us to the 3 of Swords again. So we're conflicted about even involving ourselves in anything emotionally driven. And so the stress may stop us from really throwing ourselves off of that cliff and being able to be vulnerable the way that we need to evolve. But Spirit says you're going to do that at some point. We may spend some time really flirting with this idea, but ultimately this stagnation is not going to maintain. We do have a chain. I'm going to get a little more hint here. The chain of events, I think of Capricorn. I think of insecurity and things that hold us back. Now, this connection is going to afford the Divine Feminine and the ability to sort of remove herself from old timelines to kind of escape this thought prism of loss and to start the healing cycle. You're going to feel a lot of safety and abundance in this realm. We do have the Hatchet, and I do think about breakups or breaking down things that are really painful here, endings. We have the Blank playing card, but the rest is unwritten. So Spirit wants you to adopt that message when it comes to tackling the future, that a dark past does not necessarily dictate a dark future. We have to plant new seeds in the present. So we have some work to do when it comes to our concept of reality and our concept of loss. The Divine Feminine here. We also have here the Empress and the Star of Aquarius. And we have Scorpio energy in the bowl. Facing our fears, drawing our intuition or drawing from our intuition before it makes sense and when we are asked to by Spirit to improve our situations. All right, pile number 2, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. And if it did, I'd love to hear your story below in the comments section. Please subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed and hit your notification bell, your like button, and drop me a comment so that I can enter you in for a chance to win a free reading with me. You can check out my links below for Etsy for personal reading if you feel called to. But I hope you come back here and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. Hello, pile number 3. You were drawn to the Purple Flower or to the Sun card, and this is your reading. Who is your soulmate? How will you meet this person? And when are you going to meet this person? When will they arrive in your life? The Sun can really speak to me about Leo energy, but also just about clarity, about abundance, about what's promised to you in the future here. If we are vulnerable, you can see both of these people are naked, but they're being cloaked with that empowerment flag. And so they're crying out victory because they both sort of took the steps they needed to take to get to this beautiful position. So let's take a look here and see Who is your soulmate? Who is this person? And how are you going to meet them? We're going to start there. We'll look a little bit later into a timeline to see how close you are to having them enter your life. But who is your soulmate and how will you meet them? We have the Queen of Pentacles. The first position card is a very important card for me. It's a very important position because it does teach me a lot about where you're headed. You could be a Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, perhaps. You don't have to be, but it's more important about what the Queen of Pentacles embodies. She has everything. She has everything in the practical. She's smart. She's beautiful. She's creative. She gets to achieve whatever she wants. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And it's interesting, you know the old saying that says behind every good man is a good woman or a strong woman? In this case, they're saying behind every good divine feminine is a supportive partner urging her along because you have that in this person. I feel like this is going to be a really beautiful partnership because Spirit's already talking about how you're going to encourage each other to grow and to change out of complacent attitudes, out of old ways of thinking, even about yourselves. And so it's just, it's doing exactly what the purpose of a soulmate contract is supposed to do. It's helping you grow, helping them grow too. We have the King of Wands. And I just feel like you are, in general, if you're the divine feminine, you are a force of nature. Like you are, and they see that in you. Like this person sees the greatness in you, and it's like they take a back seat to you, to your greatness in this relationship. But in the same breath, Spirit says that you also help them tap into the potential that they didn't realize they even had because you lead by example in some way. You could be a Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, perhaps. We have the Page of Pentacles. Back of the deck, we have the Emperor. And we have the High Priestess. And this Emperor is the female version of the Emperor because this person's really attracted to you and the strength that you show. It's really, again, Taurus energy is very strong here. Here's the High Priestess and the Ten of Swords. I'm going to clarify this as we go. Who is your soulmate, please? You have the Nine of Wands. The Seven of Cups. I feel like this person, they're very supportive of you. I feel like they are going to take their time when it comes to asking you for a commitment. And I feel like that frustrates you. And I feel like that makes you adapt this independent spirit when it comes to the connection and your expectations, because I feel like you're going to be frustrated with the slow movement that they apply force to your connection. This Ten of Swords is about your expectations not really being met there when it comes to a timeline. So it's like you meet this person and maybe you're the sort of person who always has a plan. The King of Wands here has a lot of focus. Again, it's the Queen version of the King. So it's like you have a lot of focus. And it's sometimes with this energy, it's like I get this idea of like I have my whole life planned out. I have all these expectations of like I'm going to be married by this date. I'm going to have children by this date. I'm going to do this and this and this. And that's a successful life. But this person's not going to operate in that expectation or in that timeline. And that confuses you. But to be honest with you, Spirit says as much as it fills us with some confusion and uncertainty, what it's supposed to do is liberate us from our own expectations, because we're not just placing them upon others, we're infusing them upon ourselves, which is limiting our scope in the present journey that we're on. And so they're like, this person's purposefully coming in to help open your eyes so that you can see the forest through the trees, so to speak, when it comes to your expectations of what a successful life looks like, what a successful partnership looks like. We have the Nine of Swords. And you know what's interesting is that the 10 and the 9 equals the 19 of the Sun. And so there's like not to worry, because worry is very wasteful and it'll be useless in times like this. We have the High Priestess. And Spirit, your higher self is saying that this person is worth the wait. It's like the reason why they are so sure-footed is because they're trying to establish themselves, or they're working really hard at work, or they're trying to take very careful steps so that they actually have success. You know, the Knight of Pentacles will make it to his destination because he's so sure-footed and he plants positive seeds and he's careful about how he tends those seeds along the way. So all of this frustration that we're feeling is actually strength that we're building along the way of this connection. And so when you meet this person, and I'm going to clarify how you're going to meet this person in a moment, because there's something about how you meet them that holds them back from reaching out to you or holds them back from taking action towards you. But to be honest with you, there's an aspect about the potential here being so worth it that it pushes them outside of their comfort zone, but it's also going to ask you to push yourself out of your comfort zone too, because it's designed to help you change directions in your expectations, to help you lead a more sort of fluid life and don't hold yourself back from other things because your expectations aren't being matched or because you have such a focused view on what you think will make you happy overall here. Back of the deck is the Three of Wands, and we have the Page of Swords. And the Three of Wands is all about expansion. I do feel like this person likes to travel with you. I feel like they like to travel with you, but otherwise they wouldn't be a traveler. And there's an aspect of them watching you in the environment that they know you from before they take action. So this could talk about an online connection or perhaps some sort of other placement, but we're going to look into that in the next portion of the reading. First, we're going to see what will this connection be like. Who is this person's soulmate? You have soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Your love life is being affected by children. And as I said, the Queen of Pentacles is filled with fertility. I also feel like, keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations, and they're asking us to limit our expectations because our timeline, the way that we've planned our life out, this person's going to help us achieve what we need, not necessarily what we think that we want in the timeline that we think that we want it, especially when it comes to children or to that sort of fertility, because that could be an aspect of where we get frustrated. Not only do they perhaps wait for a commitment, but there could be some sort of delay in expanding our family, which could cause a pressure or confusion on the relationship itself as we go through. But this, again, this pressure is just helping us to, we're going to achieve what we want. We're going to have that abundance, but we may have to kind of experience some frustrating delays when it comes to that desire. Again, your higher self is like, just let go of expectations, and then you won't be disappointed if something doesn't arrive in the timeline that you wanted. They want you to learn to find joy within the journey here with this person, because that's the ultimate goal of these types of connections. We do have stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking will bring you romance. Can you tell me, please, Spirit, how are they going to meet this person? For pile number 3, how are they going to meet this person, please? We have the Sun reversed. We started with the Sun. If you look at this card, it's somebody riding a chicken. They're riding this rooster. The rooster is a symbol of protection. It's like somebody who's not going to have the courage to speak up to you right away. Seven of Wands, Tower, and the Queen of Pentacles. And this is somebody who's going to be wearing a lot of masks around you too, because they feel like you're kind of out of their league in some way. It's like they keep talking about you being unattainable, but that's just a period of kind of depressed thinking that they're going through in that moment, because Spirit's really talking about that depressed thinking. They're going to be wearing masks around you. Spirit says that the way that you meet this person, it's like you're going to be conversing with them, or you're going to be seeking out information that will help you, but it's going to be something about the environment that they know you from. We have the Moon reversed. And there's something about revelations coming. It's like more to be revealed, especially in your dreamscape. It's like more to be revealed about this person. You may have already started dreaming about this person. So I don't feel like you have met this person yet. I feel like this person is coming in for you, and they're going to come in and sort of change everything. There's the Ten of Cups though, which is beautiful. We have the Emperor. He's already on the move, Spirit says. So it's like they're asking you for preparations now. How are they going to meet this person, please? We have the Four of Wands and the Knight of Wands. I feel like they're hesitating to take action because of the They're talking about the Seven of Pentacles in the reversal. It's like we've already planted seeds and now we're going to have to uproot all of the seeds that we're planting. So it's an investment perhaps even in the workplace. So I feel like you might meet this person in some sort of institutional area, like in the workplace. Because it's like we hesitate to take action. That could be where the delay even comes in, is that they hesitate to reveal themselves to you. And to be honest with you, Spirit says they may hesitate long enough that you may just get pick up on their energy, and you may just take the bull by the horns. It's like you may have to lead by example here, and you may have to reach out, or you may have to tell this person how you feel. Because they say that it's going to be established, or an established relationship perhaps in the workplace, and they're going to keep you waiting even to ask you out. And I feel like it's going to be the Queen here, the Queen of Wands, or the Divine Feminine, who is going to take the bull by the horns and really take charge here. But it's going to start in sort of a friendship aspect, but a deeper connection than meets the eye. And it could start in some sort of practical or business format. Could be school, could be work connection. We have, think of a special moment that brought you much joy with your partner. And honestly, it's going to be like one special moment that you're both sort of, it's going to be like this moment of recognition that gives you the courage, I feel like, to perhaps get the ball rolling. We have here tested, your strengths and weaknesses are being tested, and we have illusion reversed. Avoid the trap of mistaking a fantasy for a true soul connection, but it's reversed because you don't need to worry about that. The only thing that Spirit is asking you to do is eliminate your expectations. Don't put yourself on a timeline. Don't put yourself in a box of thought of what actions you should be taking versus what actions they are responsible for taking, because there's an aspect of that too, of like, it's not my responsibility to take action, it's their job. And if we think in that regard, we're going to be in this constant state of confusion. And so Spirit says you may be the one that actually takes action here. And it could come, again, there's an emphasis on communication, but I feel like it starts within a work or school realm too. And I'm almost getting a sense of like somebody holding a higher position than the other. Who is Kyle, please? Soulmates, please. We have here Apple, temptation will test you. There's like an aspect of education. So workplace or education, some sort of institution that you'll meet them in. And that, when I say institution, I can include things like government buildings or banks or churches. You know, it could be one of your workplaces. It doesn't have to be a mutual workplace, but it could be. I just saw Pale and the Sun. We have here door opportunities are waiting for you. And we're going to get an idea about timeline as well. We have temporary situation, and someone is working against you behind your back. So there is this aspect of the they want you to know that the delay and the complacency will be temporary. The confusion will lift between the two of you as well. So not to get hung up again on that timeline or that expectation. They really keep going back to this aspect of like, it's your job versus my job to take action in some way. So we need to eradicate that as well. We also have lightning, control your anger, you'll be sorry. But it's not about anger here. They're really highlighting the tower energy. They're really highlighting turns of events that we can't go back to. So this person's going to come in and change your life in some way. And I feel like you won't want to turn back from that. But let's take a look here at the timeline. When will this person make an appearance in your life? Page of Cups. Very, very soon for someone watching on the floor. Three of Cups and the Five of Swords. Spirit says that this could come in like in the next few months. There's already an emphasis on friendship. So for someone, you could already sort of have a friendship in place, or just like a mutual sort of acquaintanceship with this person already. And there's conflict about the reality of the situation, or about the positions that we're in, because it's like the Hermit is talking about making slow practical steps towards change. And here's the Temperance with the Strength. There is an emphasis on patience for you here, but I feel like you could, if you haven't met them yet, there's going to be sort of a They're talking about a reunion of souls, but I feel like it's a new person. You're going to have this reunion with this person in about 3 to 4 months. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, the emphasis is on 3 months. The extended time frame here Spirit would put in is 1 to 12 months. But again, because I'm dealing with collective energy, just take what resonates and leave what does not. But there's an emphasis on 3 to 12 months. But I feel like it's more closer to the 3-month range for someone watching. We do have the 7 of Pentacles here, and we have the Fool. And this delay is not meant to frustrate, and all the delays that you may experience in this connection is not meant to frustrate. It's meant to help you balance out emotions that lead to frustration. And so they don't want you to let it go to waste. They want you to use this period now wisely to prepare for that leap of faith. Let's get a charm bowl, please, for pile number 3. Can you tell me about this person in the bowl? What is pile 3? Soulmate. 6 of Cups, beautiful energy, friendship, connection, rose-colored glasses when it comes to this connection. There's a really strong emphasis on an air element with the Queen of Swords here. And she is not afraid to kind of be on the lookout. She's very observant, and she's going to be the one who leads by example, I feel like, in this spread. I feel like your person coming in is a little bit of a tire kicker when it comes to many different things in their life, including their attractions to you at the beginning. And so this is going to be a theme that you may face in this connection. But the Queen of Swords doesn't wait. She just goes ahead with her truth. So you may be the one that implements the force at first to create sort of the connection and get the ball rolling. It's like somebody has to be generous with the other in order to get this ball rolling so we can have that brand new beginning afforded to us. It's also sort of a beautiful testament about how these types of connections help us to create balance through the vulnerability that we share with one another. So it's really kind of lovely. We have the purple flower, and I think about, were you drawn to the, you were drawn to the purple flower as well. Purple flower was your flower. There is an aspect of royalty with the color purple. It's like we're moving through the passages of our transformation and moving into a position of royalty, moving into the king position, into the queen position. We have the letter H, and we have a crystal ball, crystal clear intentions. We also have here a little kitty cat, I think, of Leo, and we have a leaf with a bite out of it, so taking a bite out of change. We have the letter F as well. We have you, and we have it next to the rose of empowerment. So you are going to be the one who has to create the change or fuel the spark in the very beginning, because we have this T-Rex energy, and I think about little boys, and I think about extinction, and I think about like it's like short arms. It's like so close yet so far away. And then we have the yin yang. So it's like somebody who's going to be very close to you on a day-to-day basis, or will be in the work environment or in some sort of institutional area, perhaps school. But they still can't seem to kind of like, even if it's a friendship, they still can't seem to push themselves out of their comfort zone. So you may be the one that has to be the aggressor. Whoa, I went too far. All right, pile 3, that's what I have for you today. I hope that it resonates with you. If it did, please drop that comment below to enter for your chance to win a free reading if you feel called to. Be sure to hit your notification bell and your like button. It helps me to bring you guys more content, but it also helps me to get the ball rolling with the free reading. You can also check out my links for a personal reading through Etsy, and that link is below as well. But I hope you come back and visit me on another day at the Tarot Cottage, and I hope you have a great day.